Welcome to Pillar 1, Radical Immanence. We'll be exploring what it means to be fully present in your life, right here, right now. Hello, I'm glad you're here. I want to start today with a word that might feel a little foreign, a little academic, not quite the kind of language we usually use when we're just trying to get through the week. The word is immanence. Immanence means present within. Here, not above, not beyond, not waiting on the other side of something. Here, inside the texture of what is already happening. We put the word radical in front of it because we mean it all the way down. Not just as a philosophical idea, not just as something to nod at and then set aside. Radical immanence, as a practice, as a way of actually being in your life. Most of the spiritual language we inherit points upward or forward. It talks about rising above or transcending or arriving. It locates the sacred somewhere other than where you currently are. And the implicit message in all of that, whether it means to or not, is here is not quite it. Here is the place you're passing through on the way to somewhere that counts. We want to turn that around completely. Not gently, all the way. Here is not the waiting room. Here is not the preparation. Here is where your life is actually located. The sacred, if that word means anything at all, is not somewhere above this. It is inside this, woven into the ordinary Wednesday, present in the difficult conversation, available in the body you woke up in this morning, tired and unresolved and still here. That's what we're going to explore today. Take your time settling in. Let's take a moment to land. Feel whatever is beneath you right now, the weight of your body being held. You don't have to hold yourself up for a moment. Let the surface do it. Notice the air on your skin, the temperature of the room, the sounds around you, near and far. You don't have to make anything of them. Just notice that they're here, that you're here, that this particular moment is happening. Bring your attention to your chest, not to change anything, just to check in. What's there? Tightness, openness, something neutral, something unnamed? Whatever is there is fine. You're not being asked to shift it, just to notice it exists. You are in a body, in a room, in a moment. That is the whole location of your life right now. Not in the past, not in what's coming. Here. Take a breath. Let it out. We'll begin from here. I want to tell you about a particular kind of longing that I think a lot of us carry without naming it. It's the longing to be somewhere more significant than where we are. Not necessarily somewhere grander or more exciting, just somewhere that feels like it counts. Somewhere that has the quality of realness that ordinary life often seems to lack. We feel it in the middle of a workday that is just a workday. We feel it in a Sunday afternoon that has gone flat. We feel it when we look at our life from a certain angle and think, this is it? This ordinary, incomplete, unresolved thing is the actual life? And the response to that longing, in most spiritual traditions, is to point somewhere else. Upward, usually, to a state of consciousness beyond this one, to an enlightenment that transcends the ordinary, to a heaven or a next life or a future self who has finally arrived. Radical immanence points somewhere different. It points here, not as a consolation, not as a lesser option because the transcendent isn't available, but as a genuine conviction that here is where the thing actually is. Let me give you 2 examples of what that looks like in ordinary life. The first one. You are washing dishes. It's evening. The day has been fine, nothing remarkable. You're tired in the way you're always tired these days. And as you stand there with your hands in the warm water, some part of you is somewhere else, running through tomorrow's list or replaying something from earlier, or just existing in that low hum of not quite here that has become your default. And then something small happens. Maybe the light changes. Maybe you notice the temperature of the water on your hands. Maybe the sound of the water against the bowl is suddenly, briefly, just that sound. And for a moment, you are completely here. Not transcendent, not elevated, just present to the actual experience of washing dishes in the actual moment of your actual life. That moment is what we're talking about. Not because washing dishes is profound. It isn't, particularly. But because that moment of being fully here, in the ordinary body, doing the ordinary task, is the thing itself. Not a stepping stone to something more meaningful. The thing. Radical Immanence says that moment of presence while washing dishes is not less than a spiritual experience. It is not a consolation prize because you don't have access to something higher. It is the location of your life. And your life, located here, is enough. The second one. You are sitting with someone you love who is going through something hard. Not a dramatic crisis, just the ongoing difficulty of a situation that doesn't resolve. They're tired. You're tired. You don't have the right words. You're not fixing anything. You're just there, in the room, being present to someone who is struggling. And there's a part of you that feels like this isn't enough, like real help would look different, like you should be doing something, saying something, offering something more than just being there. But here is what Radical Immanence notices. You are fully present to another human being in their difficulty. You are not somewhere else. You are not managing the experience from a distance. You are in it, with them, in this moment. That presence is not a lesser form of care. It is care in its most direct form. The sacred, if it lives anywhere, lives in that room, in that being with, not above it, not beyond it, right there, in the imperfect, wordless, ordinary act of staying. This is the turn that Radical Immanence asks us to make. And I want to be honest, it's not always easy. Because the upward pointing, the looking towards something better or higher or more resolved, that habit has a pull to it. It feels like hope sometimes. It feels like refusing to settle. And we've talked about this before, the difference between settling and being here, and it's worth saying again. Radical Immanence is not asking you to stop wanting things to be different. It's not asking you to be okay with injustice or pain or loss. What it's asking is, can you be here first? Can you be fully in the life that is actually happening before you exit into the imagined one? Because here's what we notice. The people who are most able to change things, most able to act with clarity and care, are usually the people who are most able to be fully present to what is actually here. Not above it, in it. Seeing it clearly because they haven't preemptively left. Presence is not passive. Presence is the ground from which everything else grows. And that ground is here, not somewhere else, not later, not after you've done more work or become a better version of yourself. Here, now, in the body you have, in the life you're actually living. That is the radical claim, and it's one we come back to again and again, because the habit of leaving is strong, and the practice of returning is what we're here for. Let's pause here for a moment of reflection. Soften your gaze or close your eyes, whatever feels right. Let yourself settle for just a moment. I'm going to ask you one question, and as always, there is no correct answer. This is just a quiet looking. The question is, where in your life are you waiting to arrive before you let yourself be fully here? It might be a circumstance, when the relationship is more settled, when the work situation is resolved, when you feel more like yourself again, when you've dealt with the thing you've been putting off. It might be an internal state, when you feel less anxious, when you're more confident, when you've done enough work on yourself to deserve being fully present. Notice what comes. Notice where you are, quietly, waiting for the life to start, waiting for the moment that counts. And then, gently, I want to invite you to consider, what if this is already the moment? Not the ideal version of it, not the resolved version. This one, the one you're in right now, with everything that's unfinished and uncertain. What if here is already the location of your life? You don't have to believe it fully. You don't have to feel it. You can just hold the question. Let it sit alongside everything else. Take a moment more. When you're ready, take a breath. Let it go slowly. Let's come back. Feel the room, the surface beneath you, your own breath, still moving. Here is what I want to leave you with today. Just one thing. At some point this week, you will be somewhere ordinary, doing something unremarkable. And there will be a moment, maybe brief, where you are simply there, in it, not somewhere else. When that happens, you don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to name it or extend it or turn it into a practice. You can just notice, I'm here. This is where my life is. And let that be enough. Not because it's transcendent, not because it's beautiful, just because it's real. And real is the whole thing. Here is enough. Thank you for being here today.